just an opening statement from Coach Johns about practice so far, and then we'll open up for questions.
Yeah, practice has been good so far. I really like this team because I like their attitudes. We very unselfish team right now. This team loves each other. They're really picking each other up. I love the energy. Really like what we're seeing from some of our older guys, Sean Dykes, Kyle Watkins, Quay Weaver. I mean, some of these guys they're giving everything they have. So it's been great. It's been positive. These kids are working their butts off, and I'm excited for the next upcoming weeks.
We'll start off with Evan.
Hey, Kevin, I asked Ryan this, but just kind of, we know what you guys are looking for, kind of what you want the quarterback to be on the field, but just kind of how are you kind of grading them? Just kind of, I know you're grading what they do, but like, what are some ways you are grading them to kind of get a sense of like what they know you're looking for out of them, whether it's on the field and off the field and what's things of that nature?
Yeah, great question. We're looking for improvement every day. And so when we install a play in the morning, we go on the field in the afternoon, we run it. We come in the next day with the kids and we correct it. Well, when we go out for day 2 practice, we need to see improvements on what we just coached them on. They need to show some understanding of our concepts and what we're trying to do. And as long as we see that growth, that's very encouraging. If we take steps backwards, then we got a problem. Off the field, it's the work ethic that you're looking for of kids that what they do when it's not a mandatory meeting. Who's up there studying on their own, who's watching every one-on-one rep. So many things they can do in their downtime to really separate themselves from the competition.
Does it help to just with on the field, for example, like how much do you want them to maybe not over worry about them and just focus on improving? Because sometimes in a battle, it seems like guys can be worried about, I got to get this right. I got to get this right. But how do you kind of help them maybe not focus more on the grade, but focus on the improvement?
Yeah, it's a great. So, I told them just the other day, listen, don't worry about mistakes. In spring ball, I was on these guys really hard because we had a lot of growing to do, right? We had a lot of work to do. And so far this fall, I haven't had to do that. And we're still coaching them. We're still coaching them hard, but in the right way, in a positive way, So these guys aren't worried. They're not worried about making a mistake. It's our job to correct it and move on. Because in my mind, the effort is there, which is what you want. Now you can fix the technique and you can fix the schematical issues.
Brian and then Terry.
Hey, Coach, what have you seen from the wide receivers other than Calvin Austin? Obviously, we need someone to step up there. What have you seen from that group?
I've seen a lot of guys step up that really you've probably never heard of, to be honest with you. So that's been really good. It's been encouraging. I'm going to tell you what I haven't seen. I haven't seen anybody fall out. I haven't seen anybody back down. I've seen guys fighting for reps. I think that they know that that's a very competitive position right now. And we have a lot of numbers. And there are some older kids that have waited a year or two now. And it's like, in their minds, listen, this is my time now. I don't want to wait anymore. So I think there's a sense of urgency really with some players that, like I say, the city of Memphis may not have heard of before, but they're going to in a couple of weeks. But a very competitive room right now. I really like what I see.
Hey, Coach, with such a diverse background at quarterback, are you able to throw the whole playbook at them and let them go out, or you just pick a section of it and just work on that for that day? Or how do you handle that whole playbook with the diverse background in quarterbacks?
Yeah, it's a great. So our install is our install regardless of who the starting quarterback is. So every year when we start over, we go right back to day 1. We start teaching our inside zone concept. Day 2, we're going to our 21 personnel. Day 3, we're going to outside zone. So it just fits and it just rolls. And honestly, what happens is the kids separate themselves. Honestly, it's not real hard for us as coaches. The kids make it pretty easy, right? Who's going to do the little things? Who really knows every ins and out? Who can execute the offense? Now, if we have a zone read runner, then as we get going, we'll make things fit that person. If we have a drop back guy, we'll make things fit his skill set. But right now, we're just running plays. We're just installing the offense, just like we did a year ago with Brady White.
Frank.
Hey, Kevin, nice to meet you. How's it going?
Yes, sir. Frank, how are you?
I'm good. Ryan talked about from the conditioning level, you guys are in much better shape this year than last year, not having a spring practice and all that. How does that help you push your guys and coach your guys, knowing you don't necessarily have to deal with that conditioning piece so much as you did last year?
Yeah, I think it's phenomenal. And I tell you what we as coaches think differently than the kids. We can't miss a day. We can't miss a rep. And when a kid misses practice, man, it sets him back 2 or 3 days. So for us, man, we can't have pulled muscles. We can't have guys falling out. We can't have guys getting hurt. Typically, guys get hurt when they're not in shape. And so for us, our kids have been able to push full speed ahead. We haven't lost a guy yet, and very encouraging with what I've seen. But again, it goes back to the investment these kids made in the summer and their commitment to each other.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys.